Welcome to Where's Wendy? Getting from Pai to Bangkok required a few steps, and steps at this particular point in my life were something I was thinking about very carefully. Chris had a driver. This is one of the many reasons it was so good to have Chris there. On his way to Pai, he had hired a driver in Chiang Mai, a man who spoke enough English to be both communicative and generally fun. He drove at a pace that did not make me grip the door handle. One WhatsApp message and he came to get us. We drove from Pai back to Chiang Mai, all 672 curves in the road, again. All right. Survival beer time.
That's right. We made it back to Chiang Mai.
Yes.
They recognized her and her new change.
Yes, yeah. We stayed here the last time. I'm back again with a remodeled foot or ankle.
That's right. They were very accommodating, though.
Very nice. Signature hotel. Lovely, lovely people. Bye. We flew from Chiang Mai to Bangkok. The airport had a wheelchair for me and an escort to the plane, and we eventually made it to our hotel. Chris had arranged a rental wheelchair for me there. I cannot overstate what a difference that made. Crutches are exhausting and unstable and require constant vigilance. A wheelchair gives you back a version of yourself that can actually look up from the ground and see where you are.
With your wonderful room over there. My smaller but still wonderful room over here. Pretty great. We love it. We're gonna miss it. My room. Hello again, other room. Got the very nice kitchen, very nice everything. I don't think we left anything. I'm just doing this to make sure we didn't leave anything. Didn't leave anything. There's no one over there. It's just an empty bag. I already touched it. Hello. The Japanese toilet. I love the shower. There's like a little seat. It's like kind of lovely. Okay. 1425. Yep. 736. Around the corner. 25. 26. 31. 37. What you doing? Again. Right. So we got. Okay, we are right here. All right. Good number. Oh, good. 3 Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, yes.
Microwave.
Oh, that's nice. Hello. We made it to our room.
Royal Hotel
Royal
Royal
Hotel Bangkok. That's right. And it's squarely in Chinatown. There's so many red lanterns, paper lanterns on the street. We got our 3 separate beds, thank goodness. And then we got a microwave. Hey, we do have a microwave. That's thoughtful. She tripped in the bathroom at night. Yeah. Yeah, there's a tub and a shower. The shower's to the left.
Just checking.
Yeah, it's over in here. The shower. Beautiful shower. Okay. All right. Love you, Mom.
Thank you. Where we were, it turned out, was perfectly placed for one of the most significant celebrations in Southeast Asia, Chinese New Year's. And not just any Chinese New Year's, this was the year of the horse. I was born in the year of the horse. And if you know anything about the Chinese Zodiac, you understand why this felt personal. The year of the horse comes around every 12 years. Horses are associated with energy, freedom, travel, adventure. I run a horse farm. I have been riding and working with horses most of my life. This was by every measure my year, my celebration, my moment. And I was going to watch it from a window. Bangkok's Chinatown during Chinese New Year's is incredible. The streets full with people and color and noise, red lanterns everywhere, gold decorations catching the light, the sound of firecrackers and music and celebrations layered on top of itself until the whole neighborhood vibrated with it. And I could see it from our hotel window. Chris and Cindy went out into it. I gave them strict instructions to take videos. Lots of videos. Everything. Don't miss a thing. And they didn't. They came back flushed and happy and full of stories and footage, and I watched it all on a small screen from a hotel room and tried to feel grateful for the technology that let me experience it all. I was grateful. I also grieved it a little. The year of the horse, and I was watching it from a window.
Coconut champagne, birthday coffee,
So many people here. This is so big. We are in a sea of humans.
Okay, back, get into another thing.
Last night in Bangkok, Chinatown. Oh my God.
All right, Cindy. Oh my God. Look at the people. We have so many people. It's just shoulder to shoulder people in this crowd. Not moving anywhere. We're just stuck mostly. Yeah, we got it. We're doing good. Hey, there's your Peruvian ground cherries.
เป็นเฉพาะสปริงโลร้อนๆอร่อยค่ะรับมาได้กันจ้า
Yeah.
The spring rolls right there. She would like that.
Oh. Yeah, she would. She got some earlier even.
Meanwhile, had discovered Chatuchak Market. I had been to Chatuchak before with Chris. That video is in the playlist, and I will say only this. It is one of the largest markets in the world. 15,000 stalls across 35 acres, and it is exactly the kind of place that Cindy was put on this earth to navigate. She went twice. She came back with souvenirs. She came back with gifts. She came back with textiles and treasures and things I could not fully identify, but that she described with the enthusiasm of someone who has found exactly the life she was meant to be living. And she came back dressed differently. Cindy had somewhere between the silk farm of Cambodia and the markets of Bangkok gone native. Her entire travel wardrobe had quietly transformed into something that could only be described as Southeast Asian chic. Flowing fabrics, local prints, the complete aesthetics of a woman who had decided that Thailand understood something about clothing that the rest of the world had not yet caught up with. I said nothing. She looked wonderful, and she was clearly thriving. But here's the thing about Cindy that I want you to know. While I was navigating Bangkok from a wheelchair, Cindy was quietly becoming a local. She figured out the river taxi. The Chao Phraya Express boat is one of the greatest unsung ways to move around Bangkok. The boats run along the Chao Phraya River with color-coded flags indicating different services. The orange flag boasts just 15 Thai bahts, or 46 cents per ride, stopping at the major piers used by commuters. The blue flag tourist boat costs 30 bahts, about 96 cents, for a single ride, or 150 bahts, about $4.64, for unlimited day pass, with English-speaking staff and stops at all the major attractions. Most people start at Sathorn Pier, right at the South Toscan BTS station, which connects you to the whole river system. From there, you can reach the Wat Pho, the Grand Palace, Wat Arun, Khao San Road, Icon Siam, and Asiatic. It bypasses Bangkok's notorious traffic completely and gives you a view of the city that no taxi ever could. Cindy worked all this out on her own. She downloaded the map, figured out the pier, brought her ticket, and off she went. Multiple times, returning each evening with shopping bags and stories and the satisfied expression of someone who had just quietly mastered a city. I was simultaneously proud of her and deeply jealous. Cindy also had a small medical errand to take care of in Bangkok. She had stitches from her surgery in Chiang Mai that needed removing. Simple enough, you would think. It was not simple. She went to the first pharmacy. No suture removal kit. Second pharmacy. No kit. She searched online to see if any pharmacy stocked one. They did not. Or at least, not that we could find. Now, I want to pause here and mention that both Cindy and I are nurses, which means she eventually found a clinic willing to remove them. After visiting several places that either couldn't help or turned her away or wanted to charge her more than she was willing to pay for a 5-minute procedure, she finally found someone who could do it. It is a testament to Cindy's resourcefulness that she handled this entirely on her own. Navigating a foreign city, by river taxi, tracking down a clinic, getting her stitches out, and was probably back at Chatuchak by afternoon. Cindy's been out shopping. She was on her way to Chatuchak Market, but apparently she didn't make it.
Across the street there was a 9-story mall with all antiques and
1 hour later.
oh yeah, I got so much from the antique market.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she said it was air conditioned.
You have to get some luggage now.
Oh yeah. I'm not going anywhere without luggage. This is our last stop
This is our last
before
stop.
the airport.
2 hours.
What a
It
bargain
was like
hunter.
100 baht, $3.
Yeah. Just going to cost you in luggage.
Yeah, well, I want to bring home stuff, so
Yeah. I mean, how often are you going to be here?
not often, that's for sure. Like my one and only.
And while Cindy was heading down to clinic for her stitches, Chris was on his own mission. The drone battery charger. If you have been watching this series from the beginning, you know this story. I bought extra batteries for my DJI drone in Singapore, and they did not have the charger. I have been looking for it since Singapore. The DJI store in Singapore didn't have it. Cambodia didn't have it. Laos didn't have it. The DJI store in Chiang Mai said maybe Bangkok would have it. Bangkok, it turns out, did not have it either. Chris went to multiple DJI stores across the city. He is the kind of person who commits fully to a mission. He checked every option available to him with the determination of someone who generally believed that somewhere in this city of 10 million people, there was a drone battery charger with our name on it. There wasn't. The drone battery charger subplot, which began in Singapore and traveled faithfully with us through 5 countries, ends here in Bangkok, unresolved. The charger remains somewhere in the United States, presumably wondering where I went. Then we did a dinner cruise on the Chao Phraya River. $40, entertainment, a buffet, photographs with tourists. The Bangkok skyline sliding past in the warm night air. The river at night in Bangkok is beautiful. The temple lit up, the bridges glowing, the city reflecting off the water in long ribbons of gold and white. Getting onto the boat was manageable. I used the crutches. I took it slowly and made it aboard without incident. I was almost feeling confident. Getting off the boat was an entirely different story. 3 men came to assist me, which was kind, genuinely, deeply kind, and their intentions were entirely good, and I am grateful for every one of them. However, 2 of them were on one side of the wheelchair, and 1 was on the other. If you ever moved anything heavy and unwieldy with an uneven number of people, you will understand immediately what happened next. The wheelchair tilted, not dramatically, not into the actual river, but enough that I had a very clear and very specific vision of ending my Southeast Asia trip in the Chao Phraya River at night. For one memorable moment, Bangkok had my complete and undivided attention. But you can go upstairs and video.
She didn't video. She went like a minute and a half, not videoing.
Spicy brown soup, looks good. Stir-fried golden prawn, seabass salmon sauce, stir-fried veggie brown sauce. This is like couscous or rice. We got some steamed rice, some massaman chicken, looks very good. Steamed mayo. Got you some sashimi, some prawn, scallops. Oh, I gotta go with the scallops. Grilled chicken, beef steak, a bunch of sushi. Okay, all right, let's see what else we got on the buffet for you. We've got some mashed potatoes, got some deep fried chicken fish, carrots, some other all right.
Enjoying your food?
Would you like a wing?
No, thank you. So, I'm on the dinner cruise and they're playing Titanic in the background. Are we gonna sink? I hope not. Chris and Cindy tried their absolute best to include me in everything, and I appreciated their effort because it was real and it was consistent, and it mattered more than I could always say at the moment. But Bangkok, for all its wonders, is not a city that makes life easy for someone in a wheelchair. The sidewalks and the crowds and the logistics of getting anywhere required planning and effort, and the kind of patient that tests you on good days. I was frustrated. I think anyone who has experienced sudden physical limitations will recognize it. I am a person who moves through the world on her own terms. I run a farm. I have 2 hip replacements and recover from both well enough to get back on a horse and a 0-turn lawnmower and keep going. Even at my most limited before this trip, I could get around. I could manage. This was different. The simplest things required help. Going to the bathroom, getting dressed, navigating a single step. Things that healthy people do without a single conscious thought became projects that required planning and assistance and the surrendering of a privacy and independence I had not realized until it was gone. How much I relied on it. Intellectually, I knew there was only one direction to go. I knew this was temporary. I knew that healing was already happening, even when it didn't feel like it. Emotionally, it was one of the hardest stretches of this entire trip. I have come away from this experience with something I did not have before. A deep, bone-level appreciation for anyone who navigates the world with a permanent physical limitation. What I experienced for weeks, they experience for life, and they do it with grace that I now understand. From the inside, it is extraordinary. While trying to navigate Bangkok, every time I came to an obstacle, people came. In Chinatown, outside the hotel, near the river, and when Chris was trying to figure out how to get the wheelchair over a curb, wherever I was trying to do, someone appeared and offered their hands. Not every city does that. Not every culture moves towards difficulty the way Bangkok and Pai and Chiang Mai did with me on this trip. I was a stranger, visibly struggling in a country far from home. And people showed up. Over and over and over again they showed up. I am still thinking about that, and I expect I will be for a long time.
Oh, no.
Push the button on the side of the charger.
I love it. You're so nice. So helpful. We made it to a restaurant. You can see our wheelchairs right there.
If this series has meant something to you, I want to hear about it. This is Where's Wendy, and if you are new here, welcome. This channel is built on one simple belief, that adventure does not have an expiration date. Not at 50, not at 60, not at 70, and not even when you are navigating Bangkok in a wheelchair during Chinese New Year, watching your year go by from a hotel window. Hit that subscribe button below. Leave me a comment. Tell me about a time the world was harder than you expected and someone showed up anyway. A stranger, a friend, a son who showed up with your favorite food. I read every single comment, and those stories matter to me more than I can say. And if you know someone who needs to hear that the hard chapters are not the end of the story, share this video with them. That is exactly who this channel is for, because here is what Bangkok taught me, on crutches and in a wheelchair, surrounded by people who owed me nothing and helped me anyway. Kindness is not rare, we just have to be still enough to receive it now. One more episode to go, and it is the biggest one. I'll see you there.